Okay. All right. Greetings, greetings, greetings.
That's it.
Sharon Marley, my sweet, sweet friend, because I want to call you my friend because my good friend is your daughter.
Yes.
Denisha Pendergrass,
Yes.
which I interviewed her at it was another studio but here for Higher Frequency, The Reasoning. And we start off by doing ginger shots. So this right here is
Okay.
ginger shots. You know how there's other interviewers that probably have like a little drink on hand.
Okay.
We do it very
We
naturally.
go all natural.
This is all
Okay.
higher frequency energy. So we
Okay.
upgrade our energy some more by starting with the ginger shots.
Wow.
These kind of shots. So you
This
can
look
shake
intense.
it up. I know. You can shake it up. You don't have to drink it all because this is a lot. This is 2 ounces. So
It's
shake
a
it
whole
up.
shot. This is pure ginger.
Pure ginger, and there's a little bit of lemon in it.
No honey.
No honey. No honey.
Okay. Here we go.
So cheers to you, Sharon
Cheers to
Marley.
you.
Thank you for saying yes to higher frequency.
Every time.
So beautiful.
Blessings. This LT.
Yes, it is. So the ginger shots are from Exotica's Juice Bar. And he's from Saint Martin. And these right here are also juices from Exotica's Juice Bar. We can cheers to
Okay,
this too.
Exotica,
This is
you're-
passion fruit, pineapple,
Ooh.
and orange. Cheers.
Blessings. This looks so fancy. This looks like a whole party happening in here.
Yes.
That nice.
When he texted me passion fruit, I was like, yes. Because that's rare that he uses
That's
passion
nice.
fruit. But I felt like passion fruit went with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So
It's
my
nice.
love. Okay, so I want to get started with, first of all, oh, the ginger is still here. Hold on. Okay. This happens every episode, just to let you know.
I love it.
I'm trying to get
Coming.
better, family. I'm trying to get better, but this is some real deal. This is real deal ginger, and he actually sources it from a very organic place. So
You have to give
it's
me
the
this
real.
card.
Oh, of course. Don't worry. At the end, you're gonna get a whole
Gonna
bunch more.
lick me up.
So I wanted to start off by first of all thanking you for saying yes. You could have said yes to anybody. You could have been anywhere, but you said yes to me, and I'm so thankful.
Of
I'm
course.
so thankful. And as you were sitting here speaking to me, I just see Denisha so much.
Really?
This is my first time really just having that
Yes,
moment with you.
yeah.
I know I see you in other places, but this is
Yes.
my first time really sitting with you,
Yes.
seeing you, seeing your
Sharing
face,
space.
seeing your posture, everything. And I'm like, this is Denisha all the way.
This is Denisha's mother.
All the way, all the way. And I'm going to tap into her a little bit because, we have to.
I know.
But I want to first start off by saying how amazing and beautiful you are. Your
thank
fashion,
you.
everything that you just encompass, just everything that you bring to the world. And I want to say to the
Yes,
world because
yes.
you do it so gracefully.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so
Just-
much.
It's like you. It's supposed to be you.
It's just me. It's,
Yes.
It's all me. It's nothing extra. Denisha shops in my closet all the time.
I bet.
And it's funny because I used to do the same thing in my mother's closet. I would go in there and raid her outfits,
Wow.
her jewelry. So to have a daughter that does the same, it's payback.
Wow.
I finally let go and just like, you know what, go ahead.
I'm looking forward to that too because, my daughter's 10.
You definitely, definitely. That's a rite of passage
Yes.
for mothers and daughters, I think.
Yes. And speaking of daughters, this is the reasoning. So we're bouncing and flowing. I just want to tap into how my daughter loves you. She loves you.
Aw.
And I'm not just saying this because you're here. She loves the song Firebird.
I
She
know
loves
Denisha
it.
told me, and I was so amazed because the youth shall really lead the way. The children, the younger ones, shall lead the way. So the fact that she tapped into that energy outside of just a song
Yes.
was amazing to me.
Very.
Because children, they're not only magnets, but they are the future. And once you can, in the earlier years, feed them with the proper information, I mean, can you imagine what her future will look like
Right,
if
right.
she's so sensitive already? She got it,
Yes.
and I only met her once on the beach that day that we were doing the video
Yes.
for Firebird. I didn't even get a chance to say thanks for pulling that off
Of course.
because that was amazing.
Yes.
It was amazing. And Nisha told me, and I was like, you know what? I have to bring a T-shirt for her.
Oh, wow.
So,
She's going to love it. I caught her in two different moments of loving you. So one time I was driving and I was playing your music, and, I looked up in my mirror and she's just like doing it. She's just like feeling it, right? And she's just like singing it. That's the one time. Then another time I caught her playing it, finding it on her phone. Yeah, she has a
playing
phone.
it.
I found her on her phone. She was in front of the mirror singing it, just embodying it.
Expressing.
And then like the expression that she was
Oh
like,
my
I'm a
gosh.
firebird.
And that's such an intense song
Yeah.
that for someone that age to relate to it, it's amazing. She must be gifted.
She definitely is gifted. I mean,
Yeah.
and you know what gifted looks like because your children, wow, they're so nice. First of all, I want to talk about how nice they are, all of them.
Oh, thank you.
Right? And I was telling Nisha that too. I was just like, your brothers, you just so nice. And here's Denisha, just obviously a revolutionary. You know that.
Yes.
How do you feel when you see her doing the revolutionary work?
I must say it's nerve-wracking.
I
first
knew
of
you were
all.
going to say that. I knew you were going to say that,
First of
especially how
all,
she does it.
It's nerve-wracking. Because she's my only daughter, number one. I have 3 boys. They can do all the rugged work, but this is a princess.
Yes.
You're supposed to be princessish.
Yes.
But she is far from being dainty. She would run through the airport with her slippers in her hand, and I'm like, oh my God, who does that? And I had to, over the years, I've learned to deal with things that she loved to do. It's
Right.
what she is. It's who she is. And I wouldn't want to change her. So after a while, I just started to pray really hard to cover her. Because I realized I couldn't be everywhere that she is. Because as a mother, you want to protect your child. And when she started acting, she would come home late in the nights after the plays finished, and I couldn't sleep until she got home, which sometimes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and I was like, I can't do this. So I just had to turn her over to the protector, and know that she's covered wherever she goes. We
Yes.
always say that prayer. The light of God surrounds us, the love of
Yes.
God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so I leave it there, and trust that she's always protected and guided in the right direction.
Yes.
Because nothing else is going to stop her. I had security. Security used to meet her in the nights after her performance to drive her home. And one night she had a major car accident. The car was totally destroyed. She was unconscious. Somebody called me and said, is your daughter still driving that red car? And I said, yes. And she said, I just saw it in a terrible accident. You need to find out where she is. And of course, people had to take her out of the car and get her to the hospital, and that was the end of that car. But then I realized no matter how much I put things in place to protect my children, I still have to cover them with that invisible shelter, because you physically, you're not always going to be there to save them, to watch over them. So that's when I realized, you know what, I have to let go and let God, and know that wherever they are, God is and all is well, and truly believe that. And so that's how I've dealt with who she is and what she does. You know, every now and then we have the little one-on-one conversation, like, look here.
Yeah.
You
And I
know,
know
but other than that,
the look
yeah,
here must have
look
to happen
here,
with
you know.
Tanisha.
Yeah, she's definitely her grandmother's. I see my mother in her,
Wow.
you know, more so than even in myself. Um, I see that warrior spirit that my mother has. Indonesia, not even in the boys as much as I see it. Indonesia, you know, and the boys used to call her Mama Africa because she's always,
Yes.
you know, fighting some war or the other, you know.
Wow.
But yeah, just give thanks for her spirit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because she's allowed me as just another female, another woman, to become softer.
Wow.
You know, she's allowed me to do that over the years, because I was kind of rough when I was growing up.
Right,
You
right,
know, I was, well, being the eldest sister. You know, I had to be the one to guide my brothers and sisters when we were younger. So I was always in charge. You know, I was always the one testing the waters first and then saying, okay, you guys can come. But
wow.
when Denisha came into my life, when she was born, it really softened me. I wasn't that rough and rugged.
Mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm,
know,
mm-hmm.
I softened and became a mother, and that was a whole brand new experience for me.
Wow. Wow. You know, and Denisha, she could definitely put on her soft girl hat when it's time to put it on. I know, trust me, I know. I've
I
known
know you know
Denisha.
because you're friends.
I
So
know.
you
And
probably
we've
seen
done
her
a
through
lot of
various
initiatives,
stages.
yes, so
Yes.
throughout the years, but you know, when it's time to put on that dress, girl, I already know she does it very beautifully, and she
Yeah.
has her jewel, and her fashion is
Yeah.
so impeccable, and of course she gets that from you, and you know,
I
and
get
you
that from my mother, so
I
it's
was gonna bring up your
it's
mother,
coming
and which
down the
is
line.
yes,
It's
yes, and
coming
which
down the
is Rita
line.
Marley, and I see the closeness that you have with her. I definitely see the closeness that Denisha has with her,
Yes.
and how is that? How is that? How is that growing up with Rita and Bob, and how long did you have? Because you were one of the oldest. Are
Yeah.
you the
Yeah, I am
oldest?
the
The
oldest.
oldest. Yes,
The
yes.
oldest. Can you
Amazing. So you
imagine?
had more time. You had more time with Bob Marley.
Yes.
Yes, your
Yes.
dad. You
A
had
little bit more time, which I don't really remember because that would have been
okay,
like 2 years, 3 years before Sadella came, and
okay.
then Ziggy came after that, and so I can't remember those early years, like 3 years old. I don't think I can remember that far, but I do remember them being a, a, a regular family, a regular parent balance. Because, you know, you have the
Wow.
good cop, bad cop going
Right.
on with mother and father. And, you know,
Right.
and I always thought my mom was the harsher of the two.
Wow.
You know, she was the bad cop and he was the good cop, you know, because when it was time for punishment to be handed out or for any harsh talking, she would be the one that does that. And then he's the one that said, all right, come, let's go get ice cream after that. So I think that's a regular family unit. The mother has the disciplinary role and the father is there
Yeah.
for backup, you know? So that's basically the kind of parents they were. Growing up Rastafarian now was very important for us as
Beautiful.
children. And I am happy that that was our upbringing because then we know how to appreciate what we have more. because when you grow up in humble beginnings, and then all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but down the road, for example, we had the only television on Greenwich Park Road. That was the road we grew up on in
Right, right,
in
right.
Trenchtown. We were the only house with a television,
Wow.
right? And people would come to our gate like on Sundays, because Sundays when there's the matinee, and the Sundays are so special in Jamaican homes. The rice and peas and the chicken and the 3 different meats and the carrot juice and the soursop juice, and every Sunday you had the spread.
Right, right, right.
During the week, not such a big deal. Dinner you come and you eat it, but Sunday is the whole
That's the day.
spread, right?
Wow.
Salad, the cabbage, so people would come to our gates and just to get a glimpse at the TV. So my auntie had put it a particular way in the living room where people could see it from off the street,
Wow.
right? So to leave from that to seeing HBO, color TV, you can change channels. I mean, it's 2 different worlds, but still, the humility was always there, is always there. The love for humankind remains very important to us. And I want to say our upbringing had a lot to do with it, because we were close knit. Our father would say, "Look, you guys don't need any friends. There's enough of you." Right? So we're a close knit family, even though we have different mothers, different fathers. We're still a close knit family, because once you're blood, it don't matter how far down the line that you are, cousin, third cousin, fourth cousin. Once you're blood, you belong in this circle, and we are each other's responsibility. So we grew up with that closeness, that love for not only each other, but for those less fortunate than us. We always had to look out for those who were less fortunate than us, whether it's children, old people, babies, disabled people. We always look out for those who cannot help themselves to that degree. So that has stuck with us, and I think the same thing is the same thing for my children, because of course that's how I'm going to raise my children, how I was raised. So the humility, the love for people, the willingness to help,
Right.
the standing up for your rights, all that
yeah.
you see that Denisha is, that's just a part of how we were raised. I was raised.
Because as you're speaking, I'm. It's like a montage of how Denisha is in my mind as you're speaking, including your sons too, because I've had those moments with them, with 2, I think 2 out of the 3, I'm not sure.
Probably
but they blend
Jamar
in.
and
I feel
Matthew,
like
I don't
they're
know.
all one person. But
Yeah, people used to say they're triplets
okay.
because they look so much alike, and they're very
but
close
so
in age.
nice. Like, you see how I stress the so nice?
So nice.
That's exactly how I say it to Denisha. I'm like, they're so nice.
I wish I thought that. They're so nice to people, but we fight all the time.
Of course.
Which I think is normal, and growing up as the eldest too, I have to sometimes remind myself that, okay, calm down, mommy, calm down, mommy. These are now men. They're men now, because they're in their 30s. They're. I don't have any children. I have men and 1 woman.
Yes.
I have five grandchildren, and so I have to sometimes remind myself, okay, just enjoy being a grandmother right now.
Right.
You don't have to parent anymore. I wish.
Wow, because you do it so gracefully. And let's talk about, their gifts, because Denisha also became a filmmaker, and
Yes.
you're a singer, and you're an amazing singer, and the
Thank you.
aesthetics in your videos. I was watching, we'll go back to Firebird, because I was watching Firebird and I was just like, wow. I mean, the beauty, that the elegance, just I say the elegance because it's just you, it's just so regal, it's just so powerful, and it's so colorful and vibrant. Everything that you bring is so vibrant
Thank you.
and is so inspiring, and it is very universal and generational, meaning, like, you see how my daughter loves you so much. I've noticed that with your music, with the music that I've been listening to, it's just anybody can listen to it. And I feel
Yes.
like the way you present your music is like, for example, whoever's supposed to see it, whoever's supposed to feel it, it will
Yes.
get the reach, will get it, because I can
Yes.
tell that you do music for the love of music. You do it for your soul, for your
Pretty
essence.
much.
This is you.
Yeah, pretty much. It's no fake. It's no put on.
I can
And when
tell.
I listen back to the album, sometimes I get goosebumps. You know, I myself get goosebumps like, oh my God, I can't listen to this song anymore. And that happens because of my sensitivity to music, because some of my parents' music I can't listen to either.
Is there a song in particular?
I don't like to listen to Redemption song. I
Whoa.
can't listen to that song. And because it takes me back to that particular time, like the questions I ask myself is like, okay, was this a normal man? Was he specially sent? Like, we are
Of
all here for a
course.
purpose, right? But yeah, I mean, as we grew up, I had to figure out for myself, like, okay, who is this person? And I probably didn't start to do that until after he passed away. Um, then you realize, okay, this wasn't a normal person. Because for me, whenever I'm going through any little ups and downs, the song "Don't Worry About a Thing, Every Little Thing Is Gonna Be Alright" pops up. I could be somewhere in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere, and I'm going through, some brain thing, and that song would pop up,
How
you
does that
know?
make you feel when you hear your father's music everywhere you go, his
Exactly.
picture everywhere you go?
Exactly. The question arises like, who really was this person? And I've spoken to people who know him, who have the same thought pattern that, this was not normal man. He basically sacrificed his life for people,
Right, right,
you
right,
know. Um, and it's hard to wrap your head around, like, in this iteration, in this
right.
time,
Yes.
this man came and did this. You know, 100, 200 years down the line, people are going to be talking about
Oh yeah.
this man.
Oh yeah.
The same way they talk about Jesus. Like, this man, he could have saved himself, but he got crucified for us, for our sake,
So
is what the
true.
Bible said, that he did it so we could learn how to forgive, to give us the gift of forgiveness. In order for that to happen, he sacrificed himself. And somewhat, I mean, I don't want people to go off and, like, she's talking crazy,
Not at
but
all.
I have to reason with myself,
Right, right,
you
right.
know, as a part of that line, that lineage. I have to know who I am. Why did I come
Through that lineage.
right in this
Wow.
time? What is my role? What is my mission?
Right, right, right.
So um, it took me a while, and I've come to the conclusion that he definitely came here for a purpose, and even though his human side had flaws, his spiritual side did what it was supposed to do.
Wow.
Because even now, people are using his music for whether it is revolution, whether it is for healing, whether it is for love. People are still using his music, and it never ceases to amaze me.
I can imagine because we're here at the hub, and there's art everywhere. You notice the art
Yes,
everywhere, and I'm
yes.
sure you saw
I
his
saw the Bob
picture.
Marley piece. I did.
And when I was walking in, I was like,
Amazing.
I'm like, how? I instantly had the questions in my mind, like, how
Yeah.
do you feel when you
Yeah.
see, when you just randomly see, and you're like, that's my dad.
Yeah.
You know?
I was in London one time, and that same song, "Don't Worry About a Thing," it came on, and I'm looking at everybody, and they're going about their regular day, doing their thing, and I'm just stood up in the store like, flashback, having flashback, and sometimes you might get teary eyed,
Of course.
but it's an awesome feeling. I remember when we just formed the Melody Makers, people used to always ask us, how does it feel to be carrying on this great legacy, this great mission? And I don't know if they expected us to say, boy, it's really heavy load to carry, but it never felt that way to us. It was just a continuation of what we saw our parents doing, basically. It never felt to us like we were carrying on this big
Right.
responsibility. It was just a natural progression,
Right.
And so when I see Injamar writing so many songs, I want to say half of the album was written by Injamar,
I read
of
that.
my
I
album.
read that.
So to see that just still flowing in the same way, it's why we're here.
Yes.
It's why we're here. We just have to make sure the message that we're sending is pure.
It's pure.
And comes from a pure place. I think that's where the challenge is.
It's pure and it's clear. It's very clear.
Yes.
Your music is just so unique. You could tell it's
Thank
just,
you.
I like this feeling. I like this sound. And so let's tap into the sound real quick because for Firebird, I'm gonna talk about Firebird often
Again.
because for Firebird it's on the 432 hertz
all of the
love
songs
frequency.
on the album.
All of them.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's very intentional.
Very
it's
intentional.
very
That's actually the
intentional.
word that I used when I was reading that part. I was like,
Yes.
wow. And of course, because you carry that essence, you carry that energy of just the love frequency very naturally. Very naturally.
And I was led to share my voice because when we're young on stage, we were doing it for fun. It's something, even before we hit the stage as youngsters, we used to put on concerts at home, 7, 8, 10, 12 years old.
Right.
We're putting on concerts and we're performing. We're having plays. We dress up and act like stewardess here. They call them flight attendants now. But back in the day, that was a big job, to be a flight attendant.
Right.
Air hostess. Everybody wanted to do that job, including me. I wanted to be an air hostess. It just looked like a fabulous job.
Right.
Traveling, going all over the world and dressing up and those high heels, which I can't wear. But we would have our own productions at home. So going on the road, it was just a continuation until the awards started to come in. The Grammys, this award, the NAACP award, the Human Rights Organization award. We started to get a lot of awards. And that was fun and everything. Then we realized, oh, this is work.
Yeah.
Then we realized, okay, this is work. This is real serious work. And we started to rehearse furiously, I want to say, because It's 1 hour, 2 hour rehearsal. No. It's like the whole day. You take a break for lunch, then you go again for another 6 hours. And we did that for like 3 weeks before we would go out on tour. So it really became hard work now, and sold out locations, and the traveling was
Was it
tough.
intense? Yeah.
It was intense because then I started to have my children, and having babies on the road,
Wow.
it's
I
it's
bet.
huge. Because I mean, our tour bus would be packed with babies, nannies, baby food. Uh,
Yeah.
the girls bus had all the children, right? The men bus only had the band. They didn't have to worry about having the children.
Right, right, right.
All the children were on the girls bus.
Right.
So my children basically grew up in a tour bus.
Wow.
Yeah, their first years were spent on the tour bus, and they got that visual very young, traveling, no big deal. Back in those days, when you get to go on an airplane, it's like a big deal.
Yeah.
For my children, it was like just like you're taking a taxi, to the next place. Where we're going next? To the next place. 4 o'clock in the morning. Wake up. Okay, we need to go on the bus. It was always movement, and eventually it was too much. It was too much for them, too much for me, and we needed to
Chill for a
ground.
little. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Because
we
I
needed
was
some
gonna.
groundation.
Right. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask that too. Like, when was the moment that it was time to seal up the group?
It was too many children on the tour bus.
Wow. That was the reason.
Yeah, too many children on the tour bus, man. And when we go on stage at the end of each performance, they would all come on the stage.
Yep.
So
still though, still till this day when you all perform, it's like I always say it's like a rainbow of children.
is.
It's
It-
like
it
a
really
rainbow,
is.
different
It
and
really
it blends
is.
in. There's so many of you
And
guys.
then it's amazing to see those children now grown and having their own children.
Yes.
When I
Yes.
look at Shasa, and I'm like, you have 2 children and you're working now, and you're saying, wow, it's great to travel with family. And when she said that, she's talking about YG,
Yes.
Zion, and Johan, that side of the family. She's not
Right.
talking about us, the old folks. Like you forgot. You all were on the tour bus,
Wow.
So then it was time. Then it was time to ground the children and start looking out for their best interests
Right.
in terms of getting them focused, because they can't go on the road or try to apply for a job, and they ask you, so what's your background? Oh, well, I was on the tour bus for years,
Right. Right. Right.
singing at the end of the show with my family. No, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear what's your math score, what's your GP, whatever,
True.
So we had to put that as a priority because that's what our mother did for us. She made sure when we went on tour, we didn't have no exam, we didn't have no tests, and we had a tutor on the tour bus.
Wow. Of
So she
course.
made sure school education came
Yeah.
first before anything else. So it was just automatic that, okay, because Erica had her 3 children by then, Sedella had her 2 boys, and I had my 4. Plus Steve had a good 5 on the tour bus.
Oh,
Ziggy
wow.
had 2 or 3, and it was too many
Wow.
children on the tour bus.
You said
So
too many children.
yeah,
And
so
then everybody found their purpose in the midst of it as they were getting older, because I know most of you are in music.
yes,
But then, like Shasta, you mentioned, she's a DJ, which she's an amazing DJ.
It's still music.
Yeah, it's still music.
It's
Exactly.
still music. I think that's our heritage. There's no
course.
way that we can deny
Of course.
that music is in our bones.
Yes, yes, yes.
Not even in the blood, in the bones.
And it for real is in the bones, because
Yeah.
all of you are excel very well and are very talented in
Thank
the
you.
parts of in the music
That we choose
parts
to
that you
sing.
choose. Because like tapping into Shasta for a little bit, because she had to play music for I was doing a guided meditation with Camilla at Camilla McDonald at she was doing her Well Fit thing, and Shasta was the DJ
Here in
in
Florida?
Florida, yeah.
Okay.
And so I was like, just play some, healing sounds. She played the best healing sounds.
Really?
I looked at her and I was like, perfect.
I cannot see her playing any healing
She played the best healing sounds. And this is a true
Really?
story. I looked at her and I was like, perfect. And and that was the first time we had a connection, because obviously I see her playing at Dubwise. I see her
Right.
playing at different other
Right,
places.
right.
But that was the first connection.
Yeah.
And then from there it was just always smiles when I saw her,
Yeah, yeah.
And then,
It's the
you know,
gift.
it is the
It-
gift.
it's the gift. And when I came back to doing music, it wasn't even a thing. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't think about it.
Because you just jumped right in and like,
I didn't think about it. And I'm still a little bit taken aback that I've completed an album, a whole album.
Yes.
But it took me 5 years.
wow.
It took me 5 years to put this album together it's not the singing is the easy part for me. What is rough is the interviews, the dressing up, the videos, everything else that goes with it. It's an effort.
Yes.
The singing is easy for me. But the dressing up, I have to get my mind into, okay, I'm doing this today.
Wow.
Because I would just prefer to stay home,
Yes, of course.
clean my house, feed the
Yes.
dogs, take care of my peppers, That's cool for me.
And it's funny that you said that, because when you sat here in the beginning, you could kind of feel my nerves, right? And then I literally had a quick meditation in my mind. I'm thinking, just like Denisha, that can just ground me and like make me feel comfortable. And like, you didn't do anything specifically. You just are yourself,
Yeah.
You're just yourself.
Yeah.
And then I felt, because Denisha does that for me often, when we
Okay.
go to different places and stuff like that. And she just gets into it, and I'm like, okay, and I bounce off of that energy. So the connection that I have with you right now is just it's
It's
just
natural
blends.
because I feel like I'm talking to Denisha.
Yeah, I know.
I'm always seeing the both of you together. She's always talking about Fab. Mom, you need to let Fab come and do some yoga with you. She's very
Yes.
good. I'm like, no, I don't need any yoga.
Some
Because I used to
rotation,
do
hip
a lot of
rotation.
yoga,
Yeah.
Yoga was a big part of my whole calming process.
Wow, of course.
I did yoga not even for the exercise, just to calm me down.
course.
I had and I haven't done it in a long time. I used to have like a 15-20 minutes in the morning before I get up. I do my meditation, then I do my yoga with this little Indian lady on TV. I can't even remember her name now. But I found it to be so powerful.
Of course.
And I think I need to go back. After the chat, we're going to
we're gonna
talk about that.
I'll give you some meditation too. I'll definitely give you some sound healing. You know about the
Yes,
sound healing. The sound
yes.
healing was a part of your
a big
music
part,
video.
a big part of it.
A big part of it.
Yeah.
Yes. And
big
you
part
played
of
it
it.
so well. You were just like,
And you know what? That same year,
tell me.
my very good friend, she's my Montessori professor, she sent me a sound bowl. I think we did the video in like October or something like this. And my birthday's in November. She sends me a sound bowl.
Wow.
And I was like, look at this.
Do you play it?
No.
No. Okay. I'm gonna show you how.
No.
I mean, you were playing it in the video.
I can.
Most
because
people know how to, but
I
like
can,
it's
but
the
the
real knowing
connection,
how
yes.
to. Yes, I'm
the
gonna help you
connection
with
is
that.
what I'm it's still in the box, very safe,
Yeah.
But
love that.
I definitely like to tap into the spirit world.
Yes.
Somebody invited me to do ayahuasca. I was like, okay, no. I'm not brave yet. Hold on a second. But I do find myself able to to go there very easily.
Yes.
I do find myself able to channel and communicate, and I have visions. Um, my friend said to me, "Look, don't dream nothing at all about me," because she knows me well. You know, whenever I have a concerning vision, I would like call somebody and say, "What does this mean?" or "What does that mean?" And in twos, it happens.
Wow.
Yeah, and it used to freak me out.
Wow.
Made me afraid of dreaming, and there's a word right there. But I've learned how to not be afraid of that, because I think it's a part of who I am,
Of course.
you know, and why I can do it. It's a part of who I am too, just like my music, just like my voice. It's not even it's not even what I sing. It's how it comes out.
And the words too, because there's a line that you mentioned that you were born in the dragon year. Is that
I am born
true?
in the dragon
Okay, I
year.
wanted to
Yeah,
know, did it just
I
was it for the
am.
music or you are
Let me tell you something about Firebird. Let me take a sip off of this
okay?
ginger
Because
extract.
I googled it after today I googled the dragon because I wanted to really understand, like, wow, you specifically you specified that you were born in the dragon year. And so when I googled it, I saw that it's about powerful, you embrace power, you embrace that essence of like glory and
Protector.
strength and protector and all of those things. And I was just
Everything
like,
that the
that,
dragon is.
yep, that is you.
So let me tell you the story behind this song. Um, Injamar and I were Injamar Bill Beats. He also writes. This particular day, I said to him, "Okay, let me hear what beats you have." I was in the middle part of the album production. So this is about 2 years into the album production, and he played me 3 beats. One sounded like Lauryn Hill. He's trying to get me to sing like Lauryn.
Who she's also part of your family.
I'm not like, super, super confident like that to go into rapping and singing. No, I'll stay jazzy. Okay. So I chose the beat. It was a very slow beat. If you listen to the Firebird beat, it's like almost like a mantra.
Very,
Boom.
yes.
Ba-na-ba-bow. Boom. So it was a hypnotic.
Very.
And this is what I want to say is that your daughter, I don't know how someone so young can connect so quickly with the power in that song. So he says, "Okay, mom." He gave me that last beat, and I immediately started to sing the chorus. I'm a firebird.
Yes.
And then he said, "You know what?" I said, "Okay, so write the lyrics for this song." He was like, "No, this sound like you have a story to tell. You write this song." I was like, "What?" I'm not a songwriter. I just sing. He's like, "No, mom, you write this song. You have a story." And I was like, "Okay." No, like I said, I know what I can do and I know what I can't do. I stay in my lane. Okay, so I have to write this song. Automatically, this was one of my low days because I have depression. So sometimes I am stuck, whether it is in the bed or in my room or in my house, and you don't see me for days, you don't hear me for days. I get very bad depression. And I was going through, and I started to write. The voice said, you have to get up, number one. You have to get up off of the floor. You have to get up. And then it started to say, remember who you are. Remember who you are. And so I started to write who I am. I was born in the dragon year. All that information, it burns in me to protect all. You know, people keep saying the dragon is a fairy tale, that the dragon don't exist. But I feel it burning inside of me. So this song is my story. And now whenever I hear it, it pulls me out of the blues. It pulls me out of the depressive mode. So that for me is like a cheat code. You know, when I go into that mode and that song starts to play, I immediately grow wings
Yes.
and I start to travel all over the world. I see different things. I see people that need encouragement most of all. That's what that song is about, encouraging others. Remember who you are.
Yes.
You are here to encourage others. You don't have no time to be depressed, girl.
Right.
Basically. So the fact that this your daughter, she's 10 years old,
And
can
she
relate
was 9 then. Yeah.
can relate to this song. It's very, very deep, very interesting, and as I said, she's probably gifted. And I know, being your daughter, more than likely she's in touch
She's
with the
definitely
whole
into
chakra. You know?
Yes. She
Yeah,
knows the chakras already,
of
and on her
course.
own, she knows I'm into the
Only 10.
chakras, but she messaged me one time while I was at work, while I was teaching, and she's like, "Mommy, I know about the chakras." And she wrote and she sent every single chakra to
Wow.
me. And she was probably about 7 or 8, you know?
Amazing.
Yeah, very, very much so. And when she was singing your song, I felt the same. I felt like, wow, this is amazing because, like I said, your song is so unique. And the thank you that you say,
Yes.
you feel that. I had to play it over and over again. Of course, every word that you're singing and that I want to say pronounce, because it's a pronunciation of love
Yeah.
and gratitude, you know, because you say thank you, say thank you, I
Yeah.
think 3 times.
A lot.
Yeah, you say, but there's a part that you're saying it over and
Thank
over.
you. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That part, because there's a piece of that song, Thank You, Ja.
Yes.
That's my mother's song. Thank you, Ja,
Wow.
for what you've done for me. And there's another part that's my grandma Booker. This is Bob's mother. She sang a song about rising up out of the miry clay. So my 3 generations are like in that song.
Right.
A very important song for me. And persons ask, well, why did you name the album Firebird? You know, you could have named it Get Back to Me, which was the working title. And close to the end of the album, the Firebird started to resonate with me so much that it had to take first place in being the title of my album. It's about me, written by me.
Oof, a thought just came in my mind because I read that you were connected to Exodus
Yes,
with that
Exodus.
song. Yes.
Exodus is also on the album.
Wow.
Yes, Exodus. I decided to do a tribute to my mom and a tribute to Bob on the album. So I redid Mommy's song called Turn Turn, which you've probably never heard it because you're a young girl. But that song turned 40 years old this year. So I redid that song Turn Turn, and I redid Exodus, which of course is a song of the century.
Right.
I didn't even that didn't even connect to me when I was doing it. That is the song of the century. It's just I wanted to move.
Mm-hmm.
And that song is about movement, like get up, move.
Yes.
Don't just stay where you are. You have a lot to do. You have people to save. You
Yeah.
know, you know, like Moses, because that song is about
Oof. Say
crossing the
it.
Red Sea,
Yes.
right? So all my music is intentional.
And ancestral.
Very much.
I picked up very ancestral, with the way you flowed within the words. And, when I watched you, because I stared.
When was this?
I stared, at just your movements, and I'm like, wow, the elegance that you just do it. And
I don't know. It's outside of me because I don't see all of that. I see mission.
hmm
I see mission, and I think that's the same with my parents. They were on a mission. It wasn't just being a
deep.
group touring the world.
Right, right, right,
They
right.
were on a mission, and that's what a lot of people don't understand about my mother and Bob. They were on a mission. They were not only friends and lovers and parents, they were on a mission that they agreed to doing together.
Wow.
If you've seen the Bob Marley movie, you would see how this mission started and how they related to each other. That look, when she had to say, "Remember why you're out here? It's not for partying. We have work to do," you know? And he would call her when he's had enough of the fans, like, "Rita, come get these people out of my room." They had a mission, they had an understanding. And the mission continues.
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
I'm emotional right now
Me too,
because
because it takes me right to thinking about Joseph just
mm,
now. Was it? I had a dream last night. I can't remember. Somebody was in there that I can't remember. Somebody that passed on was in my vision last night, and I'm trying to remember. These things are funny. You can't move from this spot until you remember something that you can't
right,
remember.
right, right.
You know how that works?
But then and then it'll come
And
like
then it will come like
yeah,
way
something,
down.
yeah, and then the trigger would
Yeah,
happen.
that
And
Joseph crossed my mind just now.
were you very close with him because you keep his memory alive. You post about him often.
Um, you know, the last time I saw Joseph, I fed him. And I'm still not, people take a long time to accept these things. But I'm still in the midst of figuring out all of that. But I basically delivered most of my nieces and nephews because whenever a baby come in, who you gonna call? Big sister, right? So whenever there's a baby coming, I always get the call. You
Wow.
need come check on so and so and call what's your name they are, you know, who's your midwife? What's your doctor's name again? Or so I always am at the deliveries of most of these children. I think I probably after the twins,
There's twins?
Steve had twins.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
there was
Naya
twins in your
Bingy.
family.
Naya and Bingy Steve have twins.
Naya and Binky.
Yeah.
Amazing
Yeah, man.
names.
After they were born, I kind of took myself out of that position because I just felt like, okay, I can't afford to lose any of these children that I'm helping to bring into the world. Let me back off and leave it to people who are well studied.
Right, right,
You
right.
know, I read. You know, there was this book I read called Spiritual Midwifery. My mother's book, I read it from cover to cover. So that was kind of my thing. I also wanted to be a midwife. And so when Joseph mother. I saw her close to the end of her pregnancy, and I was like, this baby, you need to come to my doctor. This baby is not going to come just regularly because it was a huge, I could tell that her uterus was pendulous. It was out here on her knees. And when she went to my doctor said, there's no way you're going to deliver this baby. She came to my doctor because her doctor was on vacation. And he said, I can't believe they wanted you to deliver this baby. When they had to do a cesarean, the baby was 10 pounds and something. Biggest baby I ever saw. Joseph. She was like, couldn't even hold in the little cot that they have in the hospital. So Joseph will always hold a very special place in all of our hearts.
Of course, of course.
You know, not just me, but I'm just speaking for myself, you know. So I saw Joseph come in and I saw Joseph go out.
Wow.
You know, because I fed him the night before he passed away. I cooked the Christmas dinner at my mom's house and everything, and he came in. I said, Joseph, you want something to eat? He said, yes, auntie. And I made him a nice plate on the Christmas day. And Joseph passed away on Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. So it's, I mean, the good part about that, which is what I say to myself, is that, look, he's the first of the grandchildren to meet their grandfather.
Oh, wow.
You know, so that makes me feel a little bit more comforted,
right,
you know, to know that they're together and he's taking care of Joseph and Joseph gets to meet his grandfather. So that's how I work it out in my head.
Wow,
You know,
that is
coping skills.
that makes sense to work it out as such. You know, I didn't know Joe Mercer. I didn't know him. But
Very talented.
yeah, I
Very
definitely knew his
talented.
music and everything, and I did see him a few times in person. The last time I saw him was not too long as well before he passed. We were doing the Calling music video with Kabaka, Protege. They were
Okay.
all there. Denisha called me, and Denisha's like, they need a child in the music video. So I'm like,
Really?
okay. So I brought my daughter, and we were leaving the set. Joe Mercer was coming. I don't know him, you know, so I just kept going. I just kept going. And my daughter stopped to speak to him. Yes. I won't forget that because it was a moment that we were just moving fast. You know, he's walking by, I'm walking by. Usually people say hello to each other,
Right,
but it
right.
wasn't that. We just
Right.
But my daughter stopped and spoke to him and said hello to
Wow.
him, and that made him stop. So it made his energy, you could feel the energy stop and just turn and
Yeah.
he just greeted her back. And that was the last time, and it was not too long after that, you know?
Mystic.
Yeah, very
It's-
mystic.
And his music is, I mean, he did his grandfather proud,
Wow.
is what I can say. He did his
He
mission.
definitely went in.
And yeah, he's moved ahead. He's an ancestor already.
Already.
You know, I was like, how dare you be an ancestor before me?
Wow.
You know? But
Because is that one of the only tragic kind of in the family? Because I haven't heard anything besides Bob passing away when he passed away.
well, yes, I have to say, yeah, that was a tragedy
Right.
for sure. It affected everybody differently. You know, my brother has
yeah.
been on tour nonstop since that, and I know that's his therapy. You know, there's not a right way or a wrong way to cope
Right.
with
Right.
something
True.
like that. You know, but just speaking of his talent, you know, he really shone. like the star that
Yeah,
he
did.
is right now.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
magic miraculous child,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
10 pounder.
And you have his daughter in one of your music videos.
Um, she sang on Island,
Island. I
the
was gonna bring
single.
up Island
Yeah,
next.
the
Yes.
single. She sang on it. She's such a natural. I mean,
Of
nobody
course.
had to tell her what to sing or where to sing or. And I've seen her on other productions
Mm-hmm.
because she's in the acting at her
Wow.
school.
Oh
She's in the
wow.
drama, and funny, I think it was last year, she played a little boy named Joseph. I don't know if the teacher
Did it
knew it
purposely
or
or?
if it was, and she starred, you know. She's such a natural, that little girl. And that's why I tell you, when you see children like these who are so connected
Yes.
with spirit, I mean, future is in their hands, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We have to take care
Yeah,
of
we
them,
do.
handle them with kids' glove, and expose them as best as we can to different things. Because right
Mm-hmm.
now, she's talking a lot now about black and white and what's the big deal and why
Mm-hmm.
didn't they like the black people. And she's very serious about figuring out this revolution, like
Whoa.
what's going on.
Amazing.
She probably just turned 10 too.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, we have to nurture them, you know. And this whole thing they say about autism children being the children of the future, I strongly believe in it because
Mm-hmm.
they think differently. They're so connected with nature,
Right.
with spirituality. They can read your mind,
Yes.
basically. And so, one point of view is that the next evolution is going to be the race, autistic race.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I'm also on my platform. I talk a lot about autism
Have you ever heard
too.
of indigo children? Indigo children.
Basically, yes. Basically, it's the same thing.
Yeah, because there's indigo children and there is the rainbow children, right?
I
And I think
think
your dad Bob Marley talks about the rainbow children.
I'm wondering if the
Is
indigo
it this?
children and the rainbow children are the same.
I feel like it's the same premise,
Yeah,
as far as like,
their
being very
intelligence.
intellectual,
Yeah,
exactly, and just extraterrestrial in their
yeah,
thought and
yeah,
their process of life and how they're
yeah.
being, you know.
I had to slow down to really soak that in
Mm,
because really, I didn't have much information on autism, until in recent years I started to study more. And as you know, I'm a Montessori teacher. So when my principal started to say to me, we're getting more children with autism in the schools, should we send them to a special school or can we accommodate them at our school where I was at the time? And I basically think we can accommodate them
mm-hmm. Of
because
course.
of what Montessori is. You get to choose your work when you're ready, when you're in that window of opportunity. You as a child, as a being, know when you're ready for math, when you're ready for science.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you are drawn to those lessons on the shelf. So Montessori to me is not only for rich people.
Mm.
Montessori to me is for every child.
Yes.
That's how I feel about
Yes.
Montessori. I even brought it into my house with my children.
Right. Right.
I brought the peace rose in, that whenever you need to talk, you take the peace rose and you say, it's my turn to
I love that.
talk. When you finish, you put it down. Who want to talk next? Or you take the peace rose, your turn to speak.
Wow.
It's a respectful way of being towards children. You know, they take the lead and not the teacher in the Montessori classroom.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking your daughter would do
I'm
great in a
I listen
Montessori
because I'm thinking about it
classroom.
because she's homeschooled now. She hates it. So I was looking into that kind of school or like a charter school. I mean, I'm still
And
looking.
I'm sure you'll make the right choice,
Yeah.
as your innate self would tell you where's the best place to
Yeah.
send her.
Yeah, because it's tough because, I definitely don't want to put her in a public school. So I'm going to talk to you some more.
Decisions,
But
decisions as a mother.
I feel like she needs to hang out with you for a little bit.
No, I think Montessori would be, because it allows you to follow your intuition.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
it's not the teacher on the board said, turn to page 6. Today we're going to read. No. Do you feel like reading? No. I would prefer to work with the number sticks. Okay. Let's do a lesson with the number sticks. In the regular school, no, you would have to know no number sticks right now. We're doing English. And so it draws their attention from what they're really feeling. Their innate self is pulling them towards numbers, but you want them to do language.
Right, right, right.
You know? And that's what I love about Montessori. Some people don't understand and think it's a free for all in the classroom. It's not that way. In the Montessori classroom, you can hear a pin drop and everybody's working. Everybody's working with lessons that they want to do.
We're going to talk about this, and maybe if there's like a one that you can recommend.
We'll talk off the air about
we're going
that.
to talk about that because
For
I
sure.
knew this interview was going to inspire me, because these past few days has been so gloomy for me, and I was like, it's already, we got to do it, and my spirit told me that there was going to be some kind of tap in for me, for my heart, with you.
Okay, well, I'm happy
Yes.
to hear that.
Yes.
I'm happy to hear that because that's why I went back in the studio.
Yes.
Because of what I have to, not even what I have to say. I think it's just my voice. People want me to talk. They want me to sing.
Yes.
They want to hear my voice. And I'm really shy.
Wow.
You probably
I
won't
can't,
won't
no,
understand that, but
No, I do because I'm shy, but then
right. Like
then
I
I'm not.
said, I would prefer to stay at home.
Right.
I'm cool in the background.
And what's cool about you is that you use your children for all the different elements. Like you have your sons that write. Denisha, like I mentioned earlier, is a filmmaker, and she did your videos,
Yes.
your music videos, and captured it. Wow.
I can't do anything without Danisha, basically.
I see. I love that.
she gets me going.
Yeah.
She gets me going, and I'm grateful for that.
Amazing.
Because she pulls me out of my,
Yes.
out of my shell.
Right.
She pulls me out of my shell. She's done it time and time again. And I just give in, But when I see her going off and doing like what she's doing now in Jamaica,
Yes.
in terms of trying to get these people whose homes were destroyed by the hurricane, she's really, really upset and concerned that these people have nowhere to live. Nowhere. They're living under a tent. Some people living in broken down vehicles or living in the goat pen.
Wow.
Like, I have to support her. This is where she need my support now. And so the island track, I have said, okay, let's use the island track to see if we can build some traction, bring some attention to this project in Jamaica. Get these people back in a safe space. I just tell her, go easy. Because she's ready to fight.
Yeah.
She's
I was
ready
like,
to.
can she go
I have to
easy?
know what you're doing. Teach others to do what you're doing.
Yes.
So that you're not going to be stuck there, because that's a lot of work. She alone. I mean, she have a team there.
Right. But she spearheads.
She has her own family that she needs to get to.
True.
She needs to raise her son. So staying down in Jamaica now is not what's best for her and her family, but she's doing it for the people. And for that reason, I have to support her any way I can.
Is she doing it for the people? I mean, wow. For the people, for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
You know?
She's like, okay, Mom, I'll come up for one day, but then I have to come back
I
to
know.
Jamaica.
But I get the call too. I'm coming off the airport. Tanisha,
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I get the call too. Like
Yeah.
right from the airport, she comes sees me for a second, and then she
She's
goes
gone
and then
again. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
This is the age for it.
yes,
You know, because when you get to my age, you want to slow down a little bit.
Right.
You know, so this is the age to do all those things that you're called to do. You know, and when you get to my age, you can sit back and say, yes, I did it.
Well, you definitely age gracefully
Well, thank you.
because the vibrancy of your fashion.
Thank
I gotta
you.
keep talking because I'm Go Green fashionista here.
I know. I
so
know.
your fashion is just impeccable. That I was
Thank
like,
you.
wait, does anybody style you? No, this is you. This is all you.
Yeah, mostly. Mostly. I have a stylist that I work with for special occasions or if I have a performance. But we fight a lot.
Oh, yeah.
As you can imagine. She'll put together a fit and I'm like, what about this, and that? She's like, I really wanted you to wear this though. So we have to come to a balance.
Right.
Today I wear that and then tomorrow I
you
wear
wear.
this.
Okay.
You know,
Heard.
but most of all it's me. I have a lot of inspiration from my mother and I love African wear. You know, I can't get enough African wear. And I like to have my head covered because of my Rastafarian roots.
Yes.
And I always have to shout out red, gold, and green.
Yes.
You understand? So
I love that.
it's me.
Yes.
It's really me. You know, sometimes my sister tried to dress me and she's like, she gives up.
So I have one more question, kinda, that I really wanted to ask. What is your fondest? And I kind of thought of saying the word fondest because it's just a memory that you have of Bob and Rita. But what is that your favorite? What is your favorite memory that or a memory that you can remember that never left you?
Okay, let me tell you about my mom first.
Okay.
I remember this one time we went down to the country. I think it was Ocho Rios. I think this may have been after a Sunsplash performance. So it probably was Montego Bay. And, they have all these different water activities.
Right.
My mother went parasailing. And she's looking at us like, what? We're like, Mommy, what are you doing? Adventure. And she went up parasail and left us young ones looking at her in awe. I'll never forget that because I couldn't do it. I was too scared.
And she did it.
And my mother, being the lioness that she is, went parasailing. That's an amazing memory for me. My mother performed a lot in Negril. Her own set at this time. She would either work before Melody Makers or after Melody Makers. So I got to be her manager at one point in time, And she just has... I can't even describe her.
Well,
she
Lioness,
draws everybody
Lioness is amazing. Is her already?
But the people person.
Yes.
The people person. Everybody's our son and our daughter. And I'm like, no.
You're like, no.
That is not your child. Do not call her mommy. Our mom. No.
My daughter's like that too.
That was a pet peeve for me. People calling my mother mom.
Wow.
Mom? No, what?
What
It's
about
not
the
your
other
mother.
Children that is not that is not hers?
No.
Do they all call her mom?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
I love
Those are her kids. But I mean, like a stranger or somebody in the crowd or
Right.
this man on the road with them donkey. Yes, mama. No. So that's my pet peeve for my mom. Nobody calls her mama or
Straight
mom.
up. Straight up.
Now with Bob, I specifically remember we were living at Washington Drive, and there's one TV in the house. Right now, everybody have a TV in their room.
Yeah.
No,
Different.
it was one TV in the house, and so we would sit out there and watch TV. We would fall asleep basically out there watching TV. So one night, there's cushions on the floor, big cushions, and I'm lying down, and I fell asleep. And I'm pulling the cushion now to turn around, and there's Bob lying down on the cushion beside me. He's like, "Why you don't go to your bed?" I remember that because it was so funny. He was lying down on the pillow too, but I didn't know. And I turned around to pull the pillow to me now, and he's like, "Why you don't go to your bed?" I was like, "'Cause I don't want to sleep. You're sleeping. Go to your bed." I remember that moment very, very clearly in my mind because we hardly got opportunities to get alone time.
Right.
Because he's always at rehearsal or always at the museum or always playing football with his friends or on tour somewhere. So we hardly got alone family time. There's always a friend there or, you know. So that stands out to me as a pleasant memory.
Yes.
I also remember, which I always talk about, when I was going to Canada. My mother decided, okay, it's time for you to go to Canada now because education. So I was doing Bob's here in Miami, and I started to tell him that Mommy is sending me to Canada. And he was like, why? So I said, I don't know, but she's sending me to Canada. And I don't know who started to cry first, whether it was him or me, but we both end up having a little cry. A little cry.
Wow.
And that was the last time I saw him. Yeah, because he passed away while I was living in Canada.
Wow.
So that was my last memory, which is a kind of cool memory, because there
Yeah.
was a connection. There was a connection there,
Of course.
and it feels very special to me because a Rastaman don't let just anybody in his locks. So for me to being granted the opportunity to do his hair, my brothers are the same way. Not just anybody can go in their hair. So
Very true.
yeah,
Wow.
those are some of my memories.
Wow. And the the energy lives on because I listen to Bob so much, so much.
Yes.
I say it out loud and proud and strong that I know every single one of his songs. No
What?
exaggeration. I promise I know every single. He is in. It's just every day, every day,
Yeah.
every day.
I don't know if he was purposely singing on frequency, now I'm
Yeah.
just getting to know about frequency. But I think his music is definitely channeling.
Yeah.
You know?
Must.
Yeah.
Must, because there was a moment that I just was in my car playing all his music, and then I just was like, wow, because he passed away, I believe the year I was born. I think
81?
Okay, no, I wasn't born yet. But still, I remember thinking how amazing that I love him and I listen to his music so much, and he's way before my time.
Yeah.
And so it must be
And his records are still multi-platinum,
amazing.
triple
No,
platinum.
he's the most famous person in the world. I tell
You
people
sure it's
this.
not Michael
I
Jackson?
listen. That's funny that you said that because I think I even had this conversation
Yeah.
with Denisha, and I was like, people always say either Bob or Michael.
Michael.
And of course Denisha brought in the
No.
brought in, no. It must be
Put
Bob.
down the hammer.
Yeah, because everybody's singing his music. Everybody knows his music
Still.
from in the villages, from in the tribes, from cultures all over the world.
All over the
Everybody's
world.
singing his music. People know Michael Jackson. They know him, but I don't know if they're singing his music the way they're singing Bob Marley. So
Somebody once told me, I think I read it somewhere, that in a particular tribe, I think it's a Indian tribe somewhere, they have him as a god
yeah.
and they worship him.
Wow.
The whole tribe. I mean, when you talk about a tribe, you're talking about a village. You know, the population worship this man, has his birthday as special days, and the
Wow.
day he passed away as special days that they go into particular meditations and the whole thing.
Makes sense.
And I can't say they're crazy. You know, I
Yeah.
have to be like, wow. You know, imagine this. And still in Jamaica they won't make him a national hero. Don't ask me what that
Because
means.
it just feels too good, you know?
I don't know what it means and the national hero thing, and I don't think he would be bothered either
Yeah,
way.
because he already is naturally.
Yeah, and it took a tribe outside of Jamaica to decide that, look, this man is so awe-inspiring, and we want to follow his footsteps. But like the Bible says, a good man is never honored in his own country, and I think Bob sang that song
Yeah.
too. Which song is it?
That he talks about.
A good man is never honored in his own country. Let's test you now. Let's test you now.
I was thinking about Babylon System. I don't think it's Babylon System, but I know in Babylon System he talks about
Survivor.
Yeah,
It's Survivor.
yeah, Survivor.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
Survivor.
Yes,
He talks about those things a lot, you
yes.
know.
A lot.
And people, like I said, use his music for various things.
Oh,
I
yes.
mean, in South Africa, his music was used as a part of the revolution over there. You know,
Big
the
time.
same in Zimbabwe. His music, and they're chanting and they're getting ready to go to war. And
Yeah.
you know, tell me who else music is that powerful?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a competition. You know,
My
you know what
favorite
I'm
line
saying?
is him saying, soon we'll know who the real revolutionary
That's
is.
right.
And I think of Denisha. You know, I think there's
She's
many
one.
people that that fit that line.
Yeah.
But definitely you are one. I believe I am one. I have it on my title, like with my bio.
Yeah.
I have revolutionary.
Really?
Of course. Because
I need to put that
I
on my bio
definitely-
too. But
yeah.
you see, somebody have to tell you
Yeah.
before you can put it on.
Very true. Very,
you know?
very true.
So now that you're saying that I am a revolutionary,
Yes, you are.
let me
And-
think about this.
And on that note, my love,
Yes,
I got some
I-
gifts for you.
Ooh, we exchanging gifts.
The part. Oh yes, and thank you for the gift that you gave me in the beginning. And,
Oh,
and
my
you were like, oh, next to
goodness.
the goodies, and I was like, she spotted the goodies. Okay. So there's a few things. First, I want to start off with the things that are not tangible. Aya Spa, she is a sponsor that does massage therapy and all kinds of different
This is
spa
that beautiful
treatments.
princess that was on the beach.
No, that's right. I did bring you. She's a part of Aya Spa, or she
Okay.
was a part of Aya Spa. But Aya Spa it encompasses a few different
Okay.
members that come and do different things. You know.
Okay.
And so, gift to you whenever you're
Aw,
ready. All you have to do
yes.
is set your appointment. I'll give you all the information. You set your appointment.
Ooh, I love a good spa day.
And you need it. It's important for you. It's important for
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, and then I have this art, Do What You Fear. Powerful, right?
Okay.
So Do What You
Okay.
Fear. This is an artist. Her name is Jessica Marquez, and she has what it means in the back.
Okay.
And do what you fear. You can
Wow.
you can put it in any
You
kind
know
of
I'm all
context.
over this, right?
Yes.
Like, okay, so I need to do that for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and I think you can relate to anything. You can do what you fear and what fear is in your life that
Yeah.
you feel like you need to like step
Thank
up
you.
to.
I appreciate that.
Yes, yes.
I
And I think
appreciate
everybody that comes to your home can see this and resonate to it.
I definitely appreciate this because fear is your worst enemy.
Say it. Okay, I'm
Wow.
bringing this
Do what you
paper out
fear.
because I
I
have.
like this. I'm going to meditate on this.
Yes. So I have Eternal Garden, and
Mm.
she gave you some balms, some body balms.
What?
But it's good for like pain and anything that you just need it to just ease on your body.
Oh,
These are two different
yes.
flavors. And this is
What?
from Eternal Garden. And then this paper right here just basically breaks down what
What
each have. So
Okay.
this is the card and the gifts.
Ooh, thank
There's
you.
more.
Giving out gifts. I love
I'm like,
gifts.
what's next? What's next?
It's a
Okay.
good thing you're taking them out because when I get presents, I don't open them for
Yeah,
years.
I listen. Most celebrities, I don't know if you like that word, but most stars are so used to. And when I say star, I mean the
Yeah, yeah,
light
yeah.
that
Celestial.
shines. You know. So this is Return to Spirit, and
Okay.
he gave a few of these for me to give to my guests, and I picked this
That's
one for you. This is
beautiful.
citrine. And inside he breaks down what
Citrine.
this stone represents.
And you know
And
I love
so,
stones, right?
yes,
See me wearing my stones today?
yes, yes.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Citrine. It's a necklace and a bracelet. Oh, beautiful.
And so Immune Plus.
Look at goodies. Goodies. I
This
love
is-
goodies.
These are natural herbs from Immune Plus, and I say natural because it's amazing because I take some of her supplements, and this is for feminine, for the womb,
Okay.
cleansing the womb, and this is just brain and nerve revival
So
and
these are
immune
teas.
systems. They're capsules, but you can open it up.
Okay.
You can open it up and
Well,
like
thank
yeah.
you.
And so this is from Immune Plus. I love
Oh,
her.
they're capsules. Brain and nerve. Yes. I need all of this. Soothe your nerves. Support your mood.
My sister is a vocal coach. She
Really?
wrote a book called A Singer's Compass, and she taps into what the voice through every chakra point.
Wow.
Yeah,
So we
very
have to.
very yeah. And so every chapter is about a chakra and how you connect the chakra to your voice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Wow. It
And
sounds
so
like a
I
good
felt like this
read.
would be really good for you. It's an easy read too.
Wow. Thank
There
you so
go.
much.
Thank you. Thank
This is your
you.
sister?
My twin sister.
You're a twin?
Yes.
No way,
yes. See her
Jose.
picture in the back?
Oh my gosh, you're a real twin? All this time I've been sitting
I
here?
know.
You're a twin.
I'm like the grassroots version.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Do you guys think alike or
We definitely think alike.
'Cause-
We're in two different worlds, though. She's like
Yeah.
more in like that corporate world. I'm like the grassroots, but we're alike in the same because she wrote this book. I wrote a 7-day chakra cleanse. I didn't know that she wrote that book. So when she came out with it, I was just like, I have a 7-day chakra cleanse. This is
Oh
crazy.
my God. I love twinning.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love twinning. Thank you so
yes.
much.
Thank you. And then lastly, Exotica's juice bar. Okay. So whenever you're ready, you can go pick up a juice, a smoothie, an acai bowl on me. Just let me
Okay.
know. I'll send you the information. He's definitely
Aw,
expecting you.
God bless.
Yes.
So
yes.
grateful and thankful for this experience because I like to stay home.
Yes.
So the fact that I'm all the way downtown, got lost a couple times,
Everybody gets
one
lost.
way going the wrong way, it's definitely worth it.
Yes.
And I decided to come out of the house today. I was like, okay,
Yes.
it's time because I had to take a break from all the interviews and the appearances, and I was like, okay, too much. So I took like 2 weeks and just went back into my shell for a little bit. So this is my first interview outside of my 2 week break, my 2 week hiatus. So
Wow. 2 weeks. That's
Yeah.
it. Just 2 weeks.
yeah, you know how it is.
But
You
I
know
know
how
you're
it
traveling
is.
after this, so you're traveling.
I'm going to Jamaica because, like I said, I want to support Danisha in
Of
this, and
course.
so I'm going down there to see how
Yes.
I can
Yes.
support this effort that she's put into this safe space that you want to make for these people because it's almost hurricane season again.
I know.
So I am going to Jamaica, and yeah, I might do a couple interviews while I'm there,
Makes sense.
because that's a
Must.
part of
The
the whole
purpose.
thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah.
And family, when I release this video, when I release this interview, you'll see a link that you can go listen to all of Sharon Marley's music and all her social medias. Make sure you follow her because she got a lot more coming. A lot more coming. It's amazing
Thank
that you
you.
keep going.
Thank you.
Wow.
I do have a lot to say.
Yes.
I don't know about a lot more coming, but I do have a lot to say, and it's more than me.
Yes.
It's I have to get it all out.
Yes.
And so the album was a big part of getting out some of what I want to say. So there definitely is more. There's more. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Until
God
next
bless.
time. Guidance, guidance.
Thank you.